I don't know who cares to know. I don't know how many Alabama people are on YouTube, but I'm going to say this. I am the sixth great grandson of Isom Smiley. He owned his own land in Dallas County, Alabama, called Isom Bottom. If you know about the bottom, holla at me, and you a Smiley, and you spell your last name the same as me, and you think we some kind of kin. Because you got to specify. Why do I have to specify? Because there's so many Smileys that came from Selma, Sardis, Dallas County area that spell their last name the exact same way as me. But unfortunately for them, they haven't proved how they connected to me. Some people just assume they connected to my set of Smileys with no proof. You got to have some kind of proof. Family tree, DNA test, word of mouth, something. And they usually come with nothing and just say, "Oh, I heard we was kin." That ain't gonna be enough, player. So yeah, I've yet to connect with any Smiley relatives on YouTube, so I'm gonna just put that out there now that I'm back on my genealogy shit for the moment, because one of my new friends on YouTube, she got me feeling the bug right now to get back on it. So yeah, that's what it is. And I have to say this also because I met a chick named Michelle Smiley that couldn't prove how she was kin, but she knew my cousin Washington Reese down there in Selma. So luckily she plugged me with him. But she's one of many females that I done met, and males that share my last name, spell it the same way, but there's no way of knowing. And if you know about the breeding farms down there, well, they ain't down there now, but during slavery times, a lot of people use that as the reasoning to why, they don't know how to explain how they related. And, people were sold off different plantations and all that or whatnot. But that's also unfortunate for them because my ancestor, Isom, I do not believe he was a slave, even though he was around in the 1800s, around slavery times. He was just a sharecropper from what I understand. And I say that because there are no stories of him being whipped or chased with dogs or just none of the crazy shit I hear about other people, slave ancestors. So, and he was treated very well, my ancestor Isom, which is why he ended up with his own land. He had 850 acres. I don't think that's normal for someone who you would say is a slave ancestor. So he tended to the land. He took care of the slave master, but I still don't believe he was a slave. And the reason he got all the land he got is so many different variations of that story too. But from my understanding, my ancestor Isom took care of the white slave owner when he was dying. And by this time, the white slave owner, all of his relatives moved back to South Carolina, to Texas, to California, places like that, and left him down there to die alone. But this white man was rich. So, he appreciated the fact that my ancestor Isom stayed there until the day that he died. So when he died, I believe he left my ancestor a lot of land, a lot of money, a lot of gold, you name it. And his white relatives was salty, but couldn't do nothing about it. Y'all all moved away and left him there, bedridden to die. So it is what it is. But it's not even just that. My ancestor, he loved the land. He really was taking care of the what they call the big house. So it made sense that my ancestor ended up with everything he ended up with and passed it down to his descendants. But unfortunately, my cousins and they fucked it all up. Now it's no land down there anymore. How you go from 850 acres to fucking zero? And my cousins in Florida, they the only ones that still have land and still pay taxes on their land. But as far as the ones in Alabama, they really ain't got shit. Even though I still love them the same, it's just like y'all ain't do what y'all was supposed to do with that bag because that was heir property. It was supposed to stay in the family. That's what Isom intended. But, of course, he couldn't see into the future and know that his descendants would be fuck ups. But once again, I am his sixth great grandson and I'm on that shit, that genealogy shit. So if you positive, you cool, you got some pictures, you got some information, reach out to me, holla at me, we can chop it up.